Hello friends. Welcome to Study Time. Today current affairs for competitive exams 2021. St. Gobain's investment plan approved. Rajasthan government has approved St. Gobain's proposal to invest worth 1,200 crore rupees in the state. St. Gobain is the world's leading glass manufacturer. For the last 2 years, Rajasthan has been successfully attracting investments due to its very attractive industry policy framework despite having a focused fight against COVID-19. Power Ministry transfers power link to PGCIL. The Union Power Ministry has transferred the 220 kV Srinagar Dras Kargil Khalsi Leh transmission link to the state-run Power Grid Corporation of India Ltd. The 335 km long strategic power link connects the Ladakh region to the national grid and is at a height of 3,000–4,000 meters. PGCIL's transmission network has 169,829 circuit km of transmission lines and 257 substations. BCCI moves IPL 2021 to UAE. The Board of Control for Cricket in India (BCCI) has decided to move the Indian Premier League (IPL) 2021 to the UAE in view of the COVID-19 situation in India. The announcement was made by BCCI Chairman Rajiv Shukla on the 29th of May 2021. The IPL matches are expected to resume tentatively on September 18 or 19, 2021. Infosys reduces carbon emissions by 46%. Infosys Ltd has cut its carbon emissions by nearly 46% in FY21 mainly through the successful enablement of work from home. The data was given in its Environmental, Social and Governance (ESG) report 2021-21. Of the total carbon emissions of 290,865 tons in FY21, Infosys attributed 41.4% to capital goods, 23.5% to global energy consumption, and 22.1% to work from home. Environmental surveillance platform for COVID. The government of Karnataka is introducing a city-wide sewage surveillance system in Bangalore. It will help officials track the virus at an early stage, even among asymptomatic individuals. Assisting this effort is the United States Agency for International Development (USAID) and the Skoll Foundation-supported COVID Action Collab (CAC). Appointments. The government has announced the appointment of BVR Subramaniam as the new Officer on Special Duty (OSD) and Secretary, Commerce. Subramaniam, 1987 batch IAS officer, is the incumbent Chief Secretary of the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. Vishnu Kumar Sharma, presently Director in the Ministry, has been appointed as the next Ambassador of India to the Republic of South Sudan. Alka Raghuvanshi passes away. Art critic, author, and journalist Dr. Alka Raghuvanshi passed away in May 2021. Dr. Raghuvanshi was India's first trained art curator who had trained at the Goldsmiths College, London, and the Museum of Modern Art in Oxford. In her career that spanned more than 30 years, she wrote 2 books titled A Moment in Time with Legends of Indian Arts, and Pathfinders, Artists of One World. International Everest Day, the 29th of May. International Everest Day is celebrated on May 29 every year. The day is observed in the memory of the first summit of Mount Everest by New Zealand's Sir Edmund Hillary and Nepal's Tenzing Norgay Sherpa that took place on May 29, 1953. They were the first humans to scale the height of Mount Everest. In 2008, Nepal decided to observe the day after Sir Edmund Hillary died. World Digestive Health Day, the 29th of May. Every the 29th of May, the World Gastroenterology Organization (WGO) celebrates World Digestive Health Day (WDHD). The theme for the year 2021 is Obesity, an ongoing pandemic. The day was first observed on May 29, 2005. The day is celebrated to create awareness among people regarding digestive diseases or disorders they can face. OneWeb launches another 36 LEO satellites. OneWeb has launched another batch of 36 satellites by air in space from the Vostochny Cosmodrome in Russia. OneWeb is a low-Earth orbit LEO satellite communications operator, co-owned by Bharati Global and the UK government. The latest launch takes OneWeb's total in-orbit constellation to 218 satellites. Britain's new aircraft carrier joins Nato. HMS Queen Elizabeth took part in NATO North Atlantic Treaty Organization exercises in the Mediterranean in May 2021. HMS Queen Elizabeth will exercise with naval vessels from the United States, Singapore, Japan, and South Korea along the route. Britain, like China, now has 2 aircraft carriers, both countries dwarfed by the United States' 11. Canara Bank announces various schemes. The Canara Bank has announced 3 types of loan schemes for its customers to provide relief amid the coronavirus pandemic. The bank will be offering healthcare credit, business, and personal loans to its customers. The names of the 3 schemes are Canara Suraksha Personal Loan Scheme, Canara Chikitsa Healthcare Credit Facility, and Canara Jeevanrekha Healthcare Business Loan. ICICI Bank to use satellite data. ICICI Bank has announced a unique way to assess creditworthiness of a specific group of customers. The bank will use satellite data imagery to assess the creditworthiness of its customers belonging to the farm sector. With the introduction of this new method, ICICI Bank will become the first in India to use satellite data to measure an array of parameters. TCS listed in top 25 firms to work in UK. Tata Consultancy Services has been listed among the top 25 best big companies to work for in the United Kingdom and among the best companies in the consultancy sector. The list honors 25 organizations with at least 2,000 employees based on an anonymous survey. TCS has over 4.8 lakh employees in 46 countries and generated consolidated revenues of $22.2 billion in the fiscal year ended the 31st of March, 21. Karnataka Bank, Balakrishna as board member. Karnataka Bank has appointed Balakrishna Als as an additional director on its board. He is the former executive director of Oriental Bank of Commerce. He will hold the office till the conclusion of the next annual general meeting of the bank. With his appointment, there will be 12 directors on the board, of which 9 will be independent directors constituting 75% of the board. Menstrual Hygiene Day, the 28th of May. Menstrual Hygiene Day is observed on the 28th of May every year. The theme of the day for 2021 is Action and Investment in Menstrual Hygiene and Health. The day was initiated by the German non-profit Wash United in 2013. The day brings together the voices and actions of non-profits, government agencies, individuals to promote good menstrual health and hygiene for all women and girls. U.S. President releases his first annual budget. U.S. President Joe Biden has released his first annual budget, a $6 trillion spending plan that includes steep tax increases for wealthier Americans. The bumper proposal will include huge new social programs and investment in the fight against climate change. Under the plan, debt will reach 117% of GDP by 2031, surpassing levels during World War II. RBI imposes monetary penalty on Hdfc Bank. The RBI has imposed a monetary penalty of 10 crore rupees on Hdfc Bank for violation of provisions under various sections of the Banking Regulation Act. This action is based on the deficiencies in regulatory compliance. The penalty was imposed in the exercise of powers vested by the central bank under the provisions of Section 47A, 1C, read with Section 46, 4I of the Banking Regulation Act. IGST on import of COVID relief items exempted. The GST Council on the 27th of May, 21 extended IGST exemption on import of COVID-related equipment received as relief till the 31st of August 2021. The Council has also included amphotericin B, which is used in treatment of black fungus, in list of items exempted from GST. At present, domestic supplies and commercial imports of vaccines attract a 5% GST while COVID drugs and oxyconcentrators attract a 12% levy. HOPCOMS starts pilot online delivery service. In Karnataka, the Horticultural Producers Cooperative Marketing and Processing Society Limited (HOPCOMS) under the Horticulture Department has come up with HOPCOMS Online. HOPCOMS Online is a mobile app that enables the delivery of fresh fruits and vegetables at the doorsteps of customers in Bengaluru's Kormangala amid the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown. GST Council forms GOM for tax slabs. The Goods and Service Tax (GST) Council formed a group of ministers GOM to decide on waiving of taxes on COVID-19 essentials such as vaccines. The GOM will submit its report within 10 days, on or before the 8th of June 2021. States, including West Bengal, Kerala, and Punjab, have been demanding that the GST levied on COVID related items be scrapped. Haryana to distribute 8.6 lakh free tablets. Haryana Education Minister Kanwar Pal on the 28th of May 2021 announced that the state government will distribute 8.6 lakh tablets for free to school students for online education. Tablets will be distributed to students of class 8 to 12 who are studying at government schools, are economically weak and lag behind in this mode of education. Delegates approve 16% increase to WHO budget. Delegates at the World Health Assembly on the 27th of May 2021 approved a 16% increase to WHO's proposed budget for the next 2 years. The budgetary increase sets about $6.1 billion United States dollars. More than 90% of WHO's funding is tied to specific health issues, and the agency often struggles to respond to urgent crises. Center approves pay raise for NHM employees. Union government has accorded approval for substantial hike in salary of employees who are working under the National Health Mission (NHM) in J&K. The decision has been conveyed to the UT in the approval received for program implementation plan for the financial year 2021-22 projected by the administration. The increment of about 12% has been approved as a hike in salary for NHM employees. Hdfc Bank commits 100 crore rupees for COVID relief. India's largest private sector lender Hdfc Bank has committed 100 crore rupees for setting up medical infrastructure for COVID-19 relief in 2021-22. The bank is planning to set up 20 oxygen plants in hospitals besides 3 100-bed COVID care facilities. It also plans to offer scholarships under the Education Crisis Scholarship Scheme to students affected by the pandemic. Centre grants 1,000 crore rupees Yas relief package. PM Modi on the 28th of May, 21 announced financial assistance of 1,000 crore rupees for Orissa, West Bengal and Jharkhand as Yas relief package. The PM also announced ex gratia of Rs 2L to the next of kin of each deceased and 50,000 rupees to each of the seriously injured in the cyclone. Orissa would get 500 crore rupees immediately, another 500 crore rupees would be given to West Bengal and Jharkhand on the basis of damage. BRICS Sherpas and SU Sherpas meet concludes. The second BRICS Sherpas and SU Sherpas meeting was convened under India's chairship on the 28th of May 2021. BRICS countries held second Sherpas and SU Sherpas meeting for 4 days from May 25 to May 28, 2021. The meeting was chaired by Secretary CPVNOIA, Sanjay Bhattacharya and Additional Secretary, Economic Relations P. Harish, as India's BRICS Sherpa and SU Sherpa respectively. Companies to get grants under COVID Suraksha. The government has decided to support some public sector companies with grants under the Mission COVID Suraksha with a view to augment vaccine production. One such company is the Hyderabad-based Indian Immunological Limited, IIL, which is a facility under the PSU, National Dairy Development Board. Under Atmanirbhar Bharat 3.0, Mission COVID Suraksha was announced by the Government of India. Telangana announces 15% hike in stipend. Telangana CM K. Chandrasekhar Rao-led government has announced a 15% increase in the stipend for senior resident doctors in the state. It will be increased 70,000 rupees per month to 80,500 rupees per month. The Telangana Senior Doctors Association had unanimously taken a decision to boycott all the COVID-related duties from May 26, 2021, except for ICU cases and critical care units. LUV gets its first female leader in 228 years. For the first time since its creation in 1783 in the wake of the French Revolution, the Musée du Louvre will be headed by a woman, Laurence Descartes, the current head of the Musée d'Orsay. Descartes was appointed on the 26th of May 2021 as the museum's president director by the President of France, Emmanuel Macron. She will replace the museum's leader of 8 years, Jean-Luc Martinez on the 1st of September, 21. Odisha's blackbucks double in 6 years. Orissa's blackbuck population has doubled in the last 6 years, according to figures from the latest population census released recently by the Chief Conservator of Forest Wildlife. The antelopes numbered 7,358, 4,196 females, 1,712 males, and 1,450 young, according to census figures. The census was carried out by the State Forest Department on February 28, 2021. J.K. Gove launches Financial Assistance Scheme. J&K administration has launched a special assistance scheme for COVID mortalities SASCM for financial assistance to families who lost their only earning member to the pandemic. Cash assistance of 1,000 rupees per month shall be provided to the spouse and the eldest member of the family. It will also provide a scholarship of 20,000 rupees per annum for school-going students. Penpa Sering, President of Tibetan Government. Penpa Sering was sworn in as President of the Central Tibetan Administration (CTA), the Dharamshala-based Tibetan government in exile on the 27th of May 2021. Chief Justice Commissioner Sonam Norbu Dagpo administered the oath to Penpa Sering. Penpa is the second democratically elected Sikyong President of the 17th Parliament in exile of the Central Tibetan Administration. Akanksha portal launched in Karnataka. Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has launched Akanksha, an online comprehensive portal. It helps corporates connect with the officials concerned in the government to help through corporate social responsibility (CSR) initiatives and implementation of CSR initiatives in a transparent manner. It is the first of its kind portal in the country. VOC Port inks more with NTCPWC. VO Chidambaram Port Trust has signed an MoU with National Technology Centre for Ports, Waterways and Coasts (NTCPWC), IIT Madras. It has been signed for operation, manning and maintenance of vessel traffic system and development of indigenous vessel traffic software at VO Chidambaram Port Trust, Tuticorin. NTCPWC is the technology arm of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. Kerala CM forms a secretary-level committee. Kerala CM Pinarayi Vijayan has formed a secretary-level committee to make the guidelines and recommendations for the implementation of the Smart Kitchen scheme by July 2021. The scheme aims to account for and reduce the workload of women's domestic labor. Under the Smart Kitchen scheme, women will be given a loan to refurbish their kitchen with a low interest rate in installment schemes. Amartya Sen conferred with Spain's top award. Indian economist and Nobel laureate Amartya Kumar Sen has been conferred with Spain's top Princess of Asturias award in the social sciences category. He was selected out of the 41 candidates from 20 nationalities put forward for the award. The award comprises a Joan Miro sculpture representing and symbolizing the award, a diploma, an insignia, and a cash prize of €50,000. Assam appoints guardian ministers. The Assam cabinet has appointed ministers who would act as guardians for different districts in the state. These guardians, each a minister of the Himanta Biswa Sama cabinet, have been given the responsibility of 2 to 3 districts to take stock of welfare schemes, implementation of infrastructure projects etc. But they want to be directly involved with people from those districts. Indian Army to get 4 Heron TP drones. The Indian Army will soon get 4 Heron TP drones on lease from Israel. The drones will be deployed along the line of actual control with China for long surveillance missions. The Heron TP, which is as long as a Rafale, 14 meters, and has double the wingspan of the French fighter, has been developed by Israel Aerospace Industries, IAI. International Day of UN Peacekeepers, the 29th of May. The International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers is observed on the 29th of May every year. The theme for the year 2021 is The Road to a Lasting Peace, Leveraging the Power of Youth for Peace and Security. The day offers a chance to honor more than 4,000 peacekeepers who have lost their lives serving under the UN flag since 1948, including 130 in 2020. The end. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment and subscribe.